Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and today we're going to be doing another Paydirt review, and this time it's from an eBay seller. His name is Calebache-0. I actually had someone message me, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, where they said they had bought some of his Paydirt and panned it out, and what they got looked like pieces of a gold chain that had been broken up and put in the Paydirt. So I went to the seller and I'm looking at his site, and half the feedback he has says exactly the same thing, that they got what looked like pieces of broken chain. So, he doesn't have the best feedback, but I have seen him around for a while. He's been on my list for a while for eBay sellers. I usually bookmark them once I see a new eBay seller, just to keep track of how long they're in business, because if somebody folds in a week or two, there's no reason for me to, review them. But the ones that stick around, eventually I try to get to, and he has been selling for a while. So I figured I might as well bump up and review him sooner than later in case he is selling broken pieces of gold chain. And I'm just really curious if someone would have the gall to do that. But so here came the Paydirt in. It's a half-pound bag, and it's got no guarantees of gold. And I'll read you his description really quick. It says, because I love this description, it says, "This half-pound contains chunky picker, nice Prancer, gold fine, and flowers, as well as being loaded with black sands. If you want to find gold, this is the Paydirt for you. Happy panning." Okay, now I've never heard of Prancer gold or flowers gold. I'm assuming he is talking about placer and flower, like in F-L-O-U-R. And he's got it F-O, and he's got it spelled F-L-O-W-E-R-S. And usually it's not a good sign if the seller can't even spell. There's another seller that I recently reviewed who supposedly had diamonds and other things in there, and he changed his names 3 or 4 times. But in all his reviews, they all say guaranteed, and they're all guaranteed is spelled wrong. So that's a clue right there. If somebody says guaranteed and it's spelled wrong, then they can claim, oh, I didn't really say that. I said some made-up word. It wasn't really the word guaranteed. And this one, too. He's not actually saying you're going to find placer gold or flower gold. He's saying you're going to find Prancer and flowers gold. So whatever that might be. So first thing I noticed when the bag came in, it was double bagged. It did come in a Ziploc bag. So at least it came in that was this. This looks like a dry cleaning bag or something. Actually, you can see what it says right there. Ice. He packed my Paydirt in a used ice bag, and he didn't tape it shut, he glued it shut. So this is a first for me. I don't even know how I'm gonna get this stuff out of here, but without breaking it, this is the weirdest thing. I mean, it's like he used a hot glue gun to glue it all shut. So, alright, let me get my pans and get this ready. I will wipe down my table because I'm sure I'm going to spill some of this, because this is just probably the worst pack. I mean, this has to be the worst packing I've ever gotten. And I've been doing a lot of reviews. I've done a lot of reviews, and I've never had anyone send me anything in a used ice bag. I mean, that's just a new low. I mean, he'd been better off just keeping it in the Ziploc bag. I mean, I don't understand that. If you're going to double ship it in this, just put it in this. I'd rather just have that single thing than this monstrosity. Ugh. Well, there you go. I will save this and rinse this out. I mean, this will be a real pain, but I'll do it. I didn't weigh it up for you, and I'm sorry about that. It was just I was so excited about the bizarreness of it. So let's tear this out, and I'll just weigh it up on this. So yeah, it's 15 ounces. I mean, so it's well over the 8 ounces that I was guaranteed in this half-pound bag. I mean, I'm not guaranteed any gold. I'm just guaranteed some Prancer and some flowers. So let's classify this down. Now, also on towards his description, I don't have the part where I get to add with any of my CS notes, because I did email this seller and he did not reply, which is this week's theme, I guess. This happened to me on my Monday's Paydirt review. So this seller didn't reply to me either. He might reply before I finish this video because I did send him one last message just to try and see if he would reply to me before I ended up finishing this video. So in the end, maybe he'll have replied because it'll take me an hour or two to finish this video. So, but let's just classify this material down and I'll let you listen to some music. Well, there you go. Not much in the upper classifications. In the plus 10 and the minus 10 plus 20 is, you know, probably about half compared to what's in the other ones. But let's check the black sand. I've been remembering. Oh man, I'm on a roll and I didn't even put it in the center. A lot of black sands. Pretty surprising. I mean, he does say there'll be black sands. Now I just need to find some of that Prancer gold and some Flowers gold. A little bit, not much, but there is some black sand, so. All right, I'm gonna go pan this out and see if I can't find some real gold or if I'm gonna find some gold chain or what I'm gonna be finding. I'm really excited to see what I find. You know, this bag wasn't very expensive, so I'm not really too worried about the ROI on it. I just really want to find out if this guy is selling, or girl, if this seller is selling gold links and stuff like that. You know, it's been a while since I've had some Paydirt where someone was just putting in random stuff that wasn't really gold. So, all right, I'll be right back. Finished panning it all out, and I have to say I was actually a little surprised that I actually found some gold. And let me show it to you. First, we're going to have the plus 10, and I found 2 pieces of gold, which was really surprising. Now, I don't know if you can see in this camera or not. I'm going to zoom in on this gold. But one of these pieces does not look real. So I'm going to test it in a minute, but before I do, let's get to the minus 10 plus 20. And I did find even more gold. 2 pieces to be exact. Now this piece probably, the bigger one probably could have fit in the plus 10. It's really, really paper thin, so it probably just squeezed in at an angle. But I did find gold in that classification. And then the minus 20 plus 40, I found even more gold. 3 pieces to be exact. Well, so it was more, just not that much. And in the minus 40, I actually did find one tiny, tiny little piece of gold. Which I'll point to right there. So I did find something in the minus 40. So surprisingly, I actually found gold in every classification. And I also found some cool, or a nice piece of quartz with some fake gold in it, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, always cool stuff. But what's really important is the gold. So let's weigh this up, and I'm going to do something. Let's see. Let me put this in boats. So let me let you listen to music really quickly while I put this in some boats. Shouldn't take too long. Got the camera all set up, everything set up, I mean. So, I separated the 2 plus 10 material because this one, like I said, I don't believe it's a natural nugget, and I'm going to test it. And so we're going to do that. So I just want to weigh up everything but I'm going to weigh that one separate just because. So let's get to the plus 10. I have this one little piece, a 0.052, and the big one, 0.113. So this seems to be the majority of the gold is going to be that one little piece that's in here. Then we have the minus 20 plus 40. Oh. 0.26 or somewhere around there. And then the minus 20 plus 40. I don't think it's going to move the scale. No, it didn't even move the scale. So this one little piece is in as well. But I'll add it in there. Let's add all the gold in there. And then, where are my tweezers? So all the gold in total, 0.200. I'm having issues today. I want to test some of this gold. So we're going to test this gold. And I'm also going to test this one at the same time, this other plus 10. So, had some technical difficulties, as in I dropped that small piece of gold. I was going to test the two nuggets, and I managed to drop the other one, and I'm spent 15 minutes looking for it. And I'll have to vacuum and recover it at some other point. But I did wipe down the big one. I don't know if you'll be able to see that one. That's there. And then the smaller one is actually from this other long skinny one. So let's test these out. We're going to start with some 24 karat gold. And let me zoom you in on the thing so you can see. And hopefully you'll be able to see that. And then we'll do 18 karat. 14 karat. And then 10 karat. Now I'll bring it up and let's see what we got. The suspicious one dissolved at everything but the 10 karat, and the bottom one they all kind of muddled together, but it's looking like it's about 18 karat. Dissolved in the 24 or the 22 karat, but it did not dissolve in the other ones. Probably put a little bit too much on there, but it's, I guess it's impossible to test those little bitty pieces. But that one piece, this one here, is testing out at 10 carats. I don't believe this is a natural nugget. I'm guessing it's something melted down. And maybe one of these days when I do something with my 10 karat nugget I have here from George over at Dirt 30, and we'll add it to this one. Maybe when I do something with that, I will add this one into it. But anyway, that's not a natural nugget, and I'm missing a nugget here. But I'll be right back. I'm going to go calculate my ROI and write up my review. All right, finished writing up my review and calculating my ROI, and let's get to it. This again is from Calebache-0. He's an eBay seller, or they are an eBay seller. It's his half-pound bag. It had no guaranteed amount of gold. Its cost was $13.45. Shipping was $7.50. So total cost was $20.95. Now the gold I recovered, it kept fluctuating between 0.198 and 0.200, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say it was 0.200 because I am missing one of those little bitty pieces of gold, which is down in my carpet somewhere. I don't feel like going to get it for that one little piece of gold, to be honest. I'll wait until I vacuum, then just pan it out later. Ugh. Now, I can't tell you the number of times I've had to pan out my vacuum cleanings at this station. But what you gonna do? Anyway, so gold spot as of today is $39.33. So this gold's value should be $7.87. Unfortunately, as I showed you, this one piece here, I'll show you this one, this little piece here, is actually 10 karat gold. And my opinion is it's not a natural piece of 10 karat gold. It is something that's been melted down and poured and added to a bag to make it look like you're finding gold and to cut costs maybe. So if you calculate this as where all the gold is normal except for that one piece of 10 karat, then you'd get a total price of $5.27. So because the majority of this gold is in that 10 karat, and that 10 karat really isn't worth that much. So total value right here, $5.27, which means my ROI is 25.16%, or on my scale, a 2.5. Now I'm kind of wishing I had gotten the 40%er. See, I complain when I get 40% ROI, and this is what I get, a 25% ROI. Anyway, fun factor, giving it a 4. Really, not that much gold. It just wasn't very fun. Paydirt description, he's getting a 2. It's, one sentence, and everything that has to do anything with the gold is misspelled or just totally wrong. I mean, there's Prancer gold and Flowers gold, and, maybe that's what he calls this, is Prancer gold because it's, 10 karat. I don't know. For quantity and packaging, he's getting a 10 for the weight because it was almost double what it was supposed to be. But for packaging, he's getting a 4 because he shipped it to me in an ice bag, which is an absolute first for me. So quantity and packaging, he's getting a total score of a 7 for that. For customer service and shipping, he's getting a 5. Now, shipping was really quick. The day I ordered it, he shipped it out within 48 hours, which was what I expect. But he's another seller who absolutely refused to respond to me when I emailed him. Now, I actually emailed him twice on eBay, and then when he didn't respond, I gave him a while. I noticed he never marked my packages shipped. He never put in a tracking number or anything like that. Well, then after a couple of days, I noticed he put in, or he changed it to say he had shipped the item, which meant he had to be on eBay to do that. So as soon as I saw that, within minutes of him doing that, because I got a notification on my phone that he had marked it as shipped, I immediately emailed him again, but I emailed him as in I'm going to file a complaint because where's my package? Even though my package had already arrived, I figured this would be him emailing me back to say, hey, look, your package has been delivered, so-and-so, and then I could hit him up with all my questions. And he never responded to that either, so... This is just the week of low ROIs and no customer support. So I don't know what else I'm going to do about it, but so for customer service and shipping, he's getting a 5. He shipped quick, but he doesn't like to talk to people, and that's fine. So total score for Calebache-0 eBay seller is a 4.1. It's pretty dismal. It's, not something I would purchase ever again. And it is what it is. So, all right. And now, 24 karat gold. For my 24 karat gold plated dime giveaway, the winner is going to be right after this. So watch your little score right here and then be right back. Okay, winner for this week's 24 karat gold plated dime from Miller Prospecting is going to be, and he is going to be so happy to hear his name called, because every week, every video, he comments about how he hasn't won yet, and now his turn, Draco's World, or Draco's World. You have finally won, my man. You be happy. Now you can stop telling me that you didn't win. And I believe your last comment was actually you were hoping you would win because you wanted to go with your Roman coin, I think it was, or some other coin. Well, now you've got one, so send me your address so you can collect it and add this to your Roman coin. All right, thanks everyone as always, and happy panning.